Hello, and welcome to the first video on the OU Alpha Sigma Delta Radio Society YouTube channel. Today, we'll be exploring how to make a simple and dirt cheap radio transmitter for fox hunting. It really doesn't get simpler than this. For today's video, we'll just be using an MP3 player and a Baofeng UV-5R. For a transceiver, we're just using a base model Baofeng UV-5R with a Nagoya NA-771 antenna, which I use with all of my handy talkies. And also, I put an extended battery so that when we're running this, we can charge it with USB-C, as you can see here. For your MP3 player, it can be anything that has a loop function built into it. So any cheap MP3 player off of Amazon like this one, just a no-name, works fine for what we're going to do today. Now, in the second half of this video, I'll show you how to get the file onto your MP3 player and to make the video file. But here, I'll show you if I can get it to focus. You'll just go to your file explorer within the MP3 player, and I put mine in playlists. Just click play, and then you can see that it's in loop mode. The screen's kind of small, so it won't focus, but it'll play continually, and I have a 30-second buffer at the very end so the radio doesn't overheat. I forgot to mention, but it's good to bring a portable battery pack as well for your radio to charge it while it's running. And this was the speaker wire that was connected to the MP3 player earlier. And with your Baofeng turned on, you're going to navigate to the fourth menu option called Vox. And then I'm going to bring that up to 3. This will mean the radio is going to transmit when it picks up audio without you needing to click the PTT button on the side. With the Vox setting, the lower the number, the higher the sensitivity, and 3 is a pretty good middle ground, and in my testing it seemed to work fine. First, you're going to plug the speaker wire into the microphone jack, and then plug the other end to the speaker wire in your MP3 player. It'd be good to note that I turned my UV-5R off while talking here because it started transmitting while I was speaking. So we'll turn it back on now. Now this hits 145.530, and I'll walk away from it here in a minute with my other radio and see if we can hear it. With that turned on, we're going to turn on our MP3 player here. And then navigate to that video file I showed earlier, audio file. And then start playing, and it should start transmitting. As you can see with the red light, it is transmitting, so we'll turn our other radio and see what happens. Alright, got it set up elsewhere. Now we're going to see what happens.
5 Tango Charlie Foxhunting module, operating at low power. Property of the Alpha Sigma Delta Radio Society.
And there's a 30-second pause. Now I'd say we're maybe 100 feet away from it here, but even on low power, I think you can get a pretty good distance. This is the farthest I've tested it. And yeah, here it is. It can just sit here all day, but I recommend printing a 3D printed housing for it or so to keep the Baofeng from falling, which they're notorious to do. And it also puts a spot for you to put the battery as well. And with that said, this is all you need. Now, let's go back to the shack. Hello and welcome inside the shack. To create a looping audio file, I use DaVinci Resolve, but any other audio editing software will do the same thing. In my case, I posted two audio files, this one on the left being the voice one, and of course CW, and dragged them into the timeline, and then just cut them up a little bit to make it seem more natural. To hopefully prevent overheating, I'm using a empty text box, since this is technically a video editing software, to create 30 seconds of dead space at the end of the audio clip here, so the MP3 player doesn't loop the audio right after the audio clip ends. If you are interested, these are the two websites used to generate text-to-speech for the voice half and Morse code. Links will be in the description. Now, with your MP3 player hooked up, be careful not to bump it or it may disconnect. Every MP3 player has its own way of doing things, but in the player's file directory, I'm going to put my audio file in a playlist by itself, in this one that I've made here. Now all you got to do is drag your audio file into here, and it should be good to go.